Oh,
Hey.
yeah. What's good? Wait, I just put this like little light on. Let me see if it even does any difference. It doesn't. Hey. Oh my gosh. If y'all knew just the technical difficulties that was going on beforehand. Crazy.
um, Crazy, but as we are women in STEM, we figured it out, so it don't even matter.
The Aquarius 10th house. I know a
Okay.
little technology.
I'm just smart. So,
So let's
all
do a
right.
quick little catch up. What's been going on with you?
What has been going on with me? So currently, we are actually coming up on my 1 year Saturn return anniversary. So yeah, lots of learning, lots of growing, lots of spiritual development is being had. Um, and honestly, just trying to like keep my head above water. Like not to, I don't want to be in too deep in my water metaphors, but I'm like this, like I'm like this all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
still God's favorite. So,
Period. Period.
what about you? What have you been up to?
Mm. Um, I've been just trying to like, get into my creative bag and my creative endeavors and really trying to get into my subconscious mind and trying
Yeah.
to just like, you know, enter a new realm of healing because I feel like I was healing before, but it wasn't like really tapping into like different levels of self. So trying to do that and just like work and live and just like have fun in the midst of just like uncertainty and especially with this like relationship stuff, it's just like I haven't been in this space in so long. So I'm glad that I have outlets to just channel my energy and like tools to regulate my emotions. But I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, you're kind of in your 12th house bag for real. Like we're both kind of like somewhere that doesn't really exist, but we also like this is very fucking real.
it is very real. And I was just talking to my friend and I was just saying, like, I'm in a weird space. And with this, like, Pisces Cazimi, it's happening in my 12th house. I mean, 12th, in my 11th house. So sorry. So, just like groups of people, organizations, my
Mm-hmm.
goals, my passions. And it was all this energy right now is being heavily focused in my 10th house. Like, Venus is in my 10th or conjunct my 10th. I don't know if it's like such a tight conjunction. Mars conjunct my 10th, whatever. And so there was a lot of focus on like career, right? And like longevity and legacy. So now it's like, how are you going to get to the career? Through groups of people, through networking, and through like minded people, blah, 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 through groups of people. Social media, boom, boom, boom. So I've been like focusing my attention on that a lot. And like also, I've been having like I don't know, like little bursts of like creative blockages because I feel like now the algorithm is like you have to post every single day, you have to have people's attention, you have to do this and this and that. So now I'm like I'm putting out content, but I'm like, is this the best quality? Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to be consistent and I want to show up, but like how am I showing up? Especially like because I be making stuff at work and I'd be like, I be running away to go make some stuff and then I be coming back. So, and I've been trying to be like busy so I don't really have to like wallow in those emotions. But I'm also like, bitch, fuck 'em. Cause I'm like, girl, like what's going on? And like I think humans in general have like a really hard time being in like that gray area of like, girl, I don't know what's tea. Like I don't know what's going on. And it's been kind of hard for me. But I've been
Really, just doing your fucking best. Like it's as someone who is like I love to be like I'm probably not really on social media like that, but like if you want to build a career off that or like use it as any type of jump off point, it's hard because you have to be doing certain things a certain way for it to even give you any fucking acknowledgement. Like again, like posting every day. Are you posting what you want to post? Because like putting quality content out there really takes a lot of time and effort, and like it cooking in that kitchen is not easy, right? You're not putting shit in the microwave and pull it back out. Like
Make
it's not
cereal
air
from
fryer
scratch.
time. It's not like you don't want to get, just like what Beyonce said that one time, like just push it out and burn out and put something in and burn out. It's just like you want to put something real and substantial out there. It's hard. I commend you. Couldn't be me. Can't be me. I'm glad. I'm glad it's not.
I mean, I think it comes from also like layers of like. I think it's not more so. It is right. It's coupled with wanting to monetize off of your individuality and wanting to monetize off of your ideas and your creativity. But also, I think it comes from a back burner of me wanting to produce something for so long and prolonging that period because I was like, oh my God, I don't want to look like this. I don't want to be perceived like that. I don't want to be looked at as weird. And like, no shade. Like, you're just like a girl. You're just a quirky girl. And the girls that get it, get it. And the girls that don't, it's fine because I'm like, damn, like, I want to do stuff because I want to do it, not because I feel like, okay, this is going to get me the validation. This is going to give me the praise. This, like, did you get the job? Did you get the career? Did you get the girl? Like, and in nowadays, we're so like focused on that end goal, but it's hard because you're wavering with faith with this whole Pluto and Capricorn moving into Aquarius. So we're still having those themes of Capricorn being like, bitch, I gotta do that, I gotta do that, and it's like, girl, relax. So I'm trying. It's so weird. I feel like I don't want to speak this over myself, but like I feel like the girls was on a path, and now the girls are like on different path. Now I'm on that path, and it's like, is it even my path? Like, oh, I don't know.
And you also like for the past few years, you've actually had Pluto conjunct your sun, right? So even though it's like transitioned into Aquarius, like if your sun is because your sun is at 29 degrees Capricorn, from when it went into like even 21 degrees, so literally for the past like 8 years, it's been on your sun. So you're really coming out of like an evolutionary phase. And now it's on your Mercury and it's like close to your Neptune. It's just like there's a whole bunch of things that are being restructured. And you're just like, oh, gag me. Like I don't have any Aquarius in my chart famously, so I don't really feel this as intensely as you do, and I don't have it aspecting currently any of my like personal planets. So I can only imagine what it's like for you right now. Like as a girl going through her own evolutionary cycle, it's gentle because it's Pisces. So it's really more about like empathy and compassion and understanding and like having that for myself and other people. But Pluto, she rough. She's a bad bitch. Like her panty is real tight. Like her bra is real tight. Like her wig is like on her head and is about to get ripped off. Like it's really the underworld. So
yeah, and then like
you.
it like really unleashed a lot of deep inner turmoil that I've been like dealing with for such a long time. And I feel like the way that I perceive the world, I don't want to be like Aquarius, like, oh my God, I'm so different. Like, no one thinks like me. But like, I have Aquarius Mercury. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, it's just.
Girl, if you don't give yourself the praise. Like Aquarius Mercury is a very inventive and ingenious type of person. Like that's just like true freak, weird, on the flip side when they
freak.
Like they're a bit like they're very in order to be inventive, you have to really think out of the box. You have to think long term, you have to think about all these other things, right? Like you have very much a kaleidoscope view and a kaleidoscope mind. And that's something to be honored. Like you are very intelligent. You do. I won't call you a genius too many times, but like you might get it out of me one or two times. So
no, it's just like I don't know. Like, even with I'm gonna just say my girlfriend. Even with my girlfriend.
Wait, you're Elizabeth Aqua? Oh my God.
No, even with my girlfriend, Kyla would be like, Redacted. Redacted would be like, oh my god, you Aquarius Mercury. And I'm just like, yeah, like I'm just me, but like so much has just been like shown to me through like these events.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, damn, like I've been like in this energy of like not accepting myself, and then it's being reflected in my external reality. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so different. I'm so different. So then I'm like thinking that about myself. So people are like, oh, like they're gonna show up in the energy. So now I'm like, yeah, I am different, or I am like myself, or whatever we deem to be outside of the realms of societal standards. And that's okay, because God made me in his image, and God gave me these parts for a reason.
Come on. You know what's crazy? I actually had that same conversation with my therapist today. Like, not word for word, I shouldn't even really say that, but like essentially the same exact conversation, just being like, I have to show up as myself authentically, and I am made in God's image. And that itself is very loving and it's very kind, but it's like, being rejecting that, or essentially not really being in touch with that part of myself, the most like natural authentic part of myself, for so long, literally up until this day. It's kind of like, I had to glue this shit down, like it's throwing me for a loop, and it's hard and it's overwhelming. And then in my case, it's a lot of like just responding to other people, so I'm constantly in response versus like initiating something, or like tapping into my true self all the time. I'm like just perceiving what you want me to do, and then I'll just figure out a way to become that. And
Yeah.
it shows up in a lot. It just shows in a lot of my relationships now, where I'm like not being myself, and I don't feel comfortable anymore because it feels false. It feels like I've been doing a farce for a very long time, and it's like,
Yeah.
don't love this.
Yeah. I mean, even like I have like regular conversations with this guy at my job, and he's Aquarius. And
You would be.
I was like,
You would be.
no, no, but like had to like I literally had to like check in with myself, because I'm having a conversation with him, and I'm like, oh, I love, like, I'm like, I like him as a person, but then I had to be like, do you like him as a person, or do you just feel comfortable because he allows you to be yourself around him? Like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to put on like a facade, you don't have to put on a mask, like you don't have to like pretend. I mean, like in work environments you have to like, well, not you have to, but there's like a conditioning to be show up in a way, especially as Black girls. But
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, and he's like my age, so I think it's just like a Gen Z like understanding, like, bitch, fuck this, but like we still at work, so it's like okay. But I was just like, wow, like I really fuck with him. But I'm like, damn, like you just fuck with yourself because you're allowing yourself to be authentic. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like so true with dating too. Like, when they say like, oh my god, I love this nigga, like he's amazing, but really it's just like, it's just you that you're loving because you're so funny and you're so great, but you want this to be reflected in somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, when you really have that self-validation, be like, bitch, I'm funny as fuck, I'm cute as fuck, I'm that girl, like, and for you to really come to that aha moment, it's like, what was I doing before?
It truly, you're just like, wait, like you actually mean that I'm the prize, and the reason this relationship is so fun and enjoyable is because of me? Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's even like such a double whammy and a finagle, because I mean, I can't speak on everyone's experience, but especially as Black girls, like I didn't have that experience of people um like breathing life into me, like, you're worthy, you're loved, you're beautiful. Like my mom would be like, you're cute, like you're pretty, whatever, boom boom boom, like in passing, and I'm just like, okay. Or like the deeper levels of your value, and not just you in servitude to others, or you being a good student, or you being a good worker, like who you are outside of all of that. And having to come to that conclusion after failing so many times, after bumping your head so many times, after so many times of feeling like you're not worthy, coming, sorry, it's the curry chicken, sorry. But like coming to this understanding, like, damn, like I'm T, like what? That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like not having to prove my worth through some type of external force of doing or performing, like showing up and then like I'm worthy of good and grateful things because I am. Just because I exist, I deserve good things. And
Yeah.
just because I exist, I deserve like peace and happiness and love and praise. Like I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to be a dancing monkey to receive these things. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have to bleed for you to be like, oh, you're a person and you're fine. Like what?
Yeah.
No.
And I think that showed up a lot for me in my last relationship because, like I see like we see our parents and how they act and we reflect that. So I would see my mom and she would like do stuff. Like she wouldn't necessarily, um, like she's not like the emotional person, but she'll show up in acts of service. So I would
Mm-hmm.
peep that as a kid and you like subconsciously, um, hold that and harbor that. So you're like, okay, like let me show up in a way that I'm like showing up for people. So then you do it, but then you kind of do it in a way that's like when you're an adult, sometimes you think you do things in hopes of getting something in return. And that's
Yeah.
not always genuine. And so I would do that, but I would do it like, oh, I'm a good person. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. But if you naturally just want to do something, you would just do it without wanting to gain something or wanting to look a certain way. And I think that really deprived me of being fully present in my relationship, to be like, okay, I am this person. I'm I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that. I can't show up fully. I can't communicate my ideals because I'm trying to show up as this perfect person. And when I couldn't handle all of it, or when I let it all dissipate, then I'm showing my true humanist nature to myself. Like, oh shit, like, oh, I should have taken more time to myself. I should have taken breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But now it like fucked up my relationship. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
and now I'm sitting here like bitch, like how people are like, oh my god, he was a narcissist. This person was a narcissist. I'm like, am I a narcissist?
No, I think, and you know what? We're gonna touch on that just slightly because I believe that narcissism and we all have a tendency towards like a little bit of narcissism in us, right? And we also live in a very narcissistic culture where it's like very individualist and self-focused. But a lot of the girls seem to remember that just because someone was not nice to you does not make them a narcissist. Just because someone didn't say the nicest things, they weren't as empathetic or empathic to you as you were to them, does not make them a narcissist, right? The narcissistic personality disorder is very rare. It's not like as like it's there's so much talk about it. You would think that like every other third person have it, like the way they have herpes. Like that's not the way it really works. Not
Mm-hmm.
that many people really have it. Like maybe this person wasn't a narcissist. Maybe they're just selfish. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they were just going through something. I don't know. Like, but I think we gotta at some point peel back some layers like an onion and look a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I mean, my Mars is in Leo, so anyone can accuse me of being a narcissist on any given day just in the way I act because I love my reflection. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite picture. And
Sure.
some people really perceive that as narcissism versus just like me just being very self-involved. Like it's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So no, Queenie, you're not a narcissist. You're actually, unfortunately, you're just 24. Like that's it. Like that's really all. You're just young, and these things happen when you're young. Like shit just fucking happens.
My
That's
hand
like
looks
the worst
bad
part.
big.
Like it's just. I remember 24. 24 was fucking whack. I hated that shit. I remember it vaguely.
Oh my god, it was so funny because I was talking to the coworker. I'm like, oh my god, you're 25. He was like, I'm so old, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy because we're like chill, we're like kicking it with my other coworker. He's like 60, and
He's
I'm
like, I
like,
hate these little niggas.
no, but I told him I was like, honestly, because I'm like the pandemic kind of stole some of our youth, so I'm
It
really
did.
like 23. I'm 22, no shade.
No, you're not. No.
But oh my god, talking about stealing youth. Let's talk about Wendell
Girl, you should
Bartholomew.
gag me. I'm taking notes on her right now.
Oh my god, my homegirl. Oh, this is old.
So
Let's talk about Wendy, y'all. Let's talk about Wendy.
I have so many feelings and opinions, and like, I think I actually want to lead this conversation a little bit. I just want to give some context for the girls who don't know her, because I've been rocking with Wendy since I was in sixth fucking grade. Since I knew that bitch was on the radio. Like, I've been down deep with her before she got on TV. And Wendy Williams is truly, as we've seen, like the length of her career, is the queen of all media. Like she's queen of communication. She's queen of the media. She is currently right now going through very similarly to what Britney Spears went through with the conservatorship, but Wendy is. It's hard to have compassion for Wendy for a lot of people because of the personality that she is. It's very easy to have compassion for someone like Britney Spears because she's white, she's a pop star, like she never really did nothing wrong. She's never put a foot out of line besides like having like, you know, episodes of exhaustion and like maybe like bipolar disorder. She's never done anything to anyone, while Wendy, on the other hand, is a big mouth bitch, right? Physically takes up a lot of space, doesn't apologize, talks shit. She'll tell you to your face that she don't fucking like you, but then also be like, but you're cute. Oh, you're a cute girl. And so Wendy Williams' documentary came out on Lifetime. It was a 2-part documentary. So it was 2 nights. So it was like 2 hours one night and then 2 hours the next night. And I watched both nights. And it was hard. It was a very hard, uncomfortable watch. And a lot of people believed it was exploitative of her. But what I think it was at its core was it was really exposing something that she was really going through, right? So Wendy's in her Saturn return, her second Saturn return in Pisces. And it's bringing up a lot of the karma that happened in the first time where she was addicted to drugs, right? When she was kind of going through a weird period in her career. But this time, she's what's because before, previously, when she was talking about drugs and alcohol, she exposed it herself. This, on the other hand, is kind of like she's exposing it, but in a way that she actually has no control over.
Yeah.
And people think it's quite exploitative, but it's the reality of the situation. I was one of those people who were like, I need Wendy on a podcast right now. And seeing this shit, I was like, oh, actually, I need my girl to rest and never work again. Like, she cannot, this is not a good space for her. Yeah. She will hopefully come out of this. I won't say those words, but I don't know, it's rough. It's rough being a Wendy fan. It's rough watching a person go through this, but then it's also rough when it's like one of your favorite celebrities, because she's having such a human experience. It's very humbling.
Yeah.
It's hard watching my girl go through this. Like, I was in real life tears watching the preview, watching the documentary. It hasn't left my mind. Like, I literally cannot stop thinking about it. Like, it's polarizing a lot of different people because everyone has a different perspective on it. And I know you did not watch it, right?
No, I didn't watch it. I literally tried to avoid it, but then I saw a bunch of clips on TikTok and I was like, okay, I'll watch these. I was more mad at the fact that, like, the people around her, like, I know the camera crew was there to film and document, and it was honestly like, it's kind of like one of those things where you have to see it. Like,
yes,
what's going on. You have to see the severity of the situation, like, that she's in. I think filming it in a way is a way to connect people more to her and give her more empathy, because I feel like when she was walking around, you saw pictures of her, it was like, oh, this bitch look crazy, but like actually seeing her like in real life and video form, it was like, damn, like, oh my god, this is crazy. This is like, and even just like the like information around it, like, mind you, I'm like, why is nigga getting 100K worth of DoorDash? That's a whole other thing separate. But I'm just like, what's going on? Why is this nigga talking about get up? You gotta film a podcast. And why does she have a publicist? Why? It's just so many whys and no answers. So I'm just like,
Saturn and Pisces, baby. Like, come on, you gonna tell me? Okay, so in just thinking about it, let's just like think about her chart and the aspects of it, because this happened.
Where did my sis go? What? But why did it go off and my earring came out? Look dumb cute. Boom, zoom, 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 zoom.
Okay, can you see me?
Yeah. Girl, so the devil did not want you to say that.
Okay, look, so
I'm weak.
We're going to talk about Wendy's chart and how the transits are affecting this, because I think it plays a huge part into this. So like I said before, she's going through her Saturn return, and her Saturn is in her first house, but she is an Aquarius rising. And with Pluto going through Aquarius, it's starting in her 12th house. We also had Mars and Venus in Aquarius as well. And I think that all that Aquarius energy made it very shocking and jarring and made people very uncomfortable. I think that's where a lot of this is. The Saturn in that first house is playing a lot into her karma about her identity, but also like her substance abuse issues, because it highlighted that she has talked about being on drugs, and she's talked about how she like smoked crack and how she did cocaine. But what she never talked about was how she just swapped one addiction for the other. And she's actually been an alcoholic for a very, very long time. And then the full moon was actually in her 8th house, illuminating a lot of that, like the things she's been holding deep in private and secret, right? So it really shined a light on all these different avenues of her life. And it wasn't a pleasant experience for anybody involved, like at all. It's a very, and then she's also having her Jupiter return, and her Jupiter is on her, is like with transiting Uranus as well. So there's a lot of things going on right now in her chart. Where is that Uranus? I think it's in her 3rd house of communication and the internet or social media.
Yeah, it was very like unexpected because it just popped up. I was like, oh shit, I didn't like in her condition. I don't like it was just crazy. Like I'm like, oh my god, like in dementia. Like I knew that her health was like declining in a way, but it was shocking. I mean, even with like that, all the energy in her 8th house, it's showing how niggas be having her hand in her pocket, like sources. And even like the fact that she was funding this nigga's lifestyle, like with this random bitch, like you got a whole bitch 2 houses down, like yo, like that shit is crazy, like yo,
it is crazy.
like,
And that means also sidebar that Kevin, her ex-husband, is a Virgo. He falls into that 8th house, and his sun is probably conjunct that the full moon.
I made a video on TikTok. I made a video on TikTok because I was like, Monique, this whole situation with her and her husband and her son, like her estranged son, this nigga is a Libra. She got a Libra 8th house.
She's a Libra South Node too, as well. Yeah.
I said, yo, how many times we gotta go through the rigmarole? Like, we already seen this with Mary. We seen this with Fantasia. Like, these niggas will suck you dry. Like, I don't know. And like, I get it. Like, you know, 8th house synastry. Like, I'm sure that he probably put her through the headboard. But I'm like, you got this nigga calling you daddy and you 56? Stop
and
playing
it's
with
weird.
me.
It is so weird because
me.
She like calls him daddy. I don't think he calls her mommy. Like she calls him daddy, and then she also has a history of like sexual abuse as a child. So then it's just like, what? Like the dynamic is very peculiar, like big question mark. It's very, very strange. It's very, very weird. Big weirdo vibes. And
you know, Sag love a Libra, so they was already gonna be together based off of that.
That's true. That is very true. A Sag and Libra will go together.
I was looking up his information because I'm like, who is this nigga? Like, who the fuck is Sydney? Every credit he has, it's Monique. Bitch, tell me that's not no 8th house synastry shit. Like, this nigga is literally like a leech. And the fact that you're not peeping it, I'm like, Monique.
Do you think? But okay, but what I've noticed about Monique, and someone brought this up, they kept saying that Monique is like a car salesman, but Monique is not a car salesman. Monique is a preacher, because she's one of those people who, like, in church will give you a good sermon and then go home and like sleeping with every nigga on the block. And that's not to say that she does that, but it's like she spits a good game, but then like at the end of the day, she's still just a very flawed human being, and she has blind spots,
Yeah.
but like she doesn't. You can't really acknowledge your blind spot.
Mm-mm.
But like she's in a very precarious situation. People are like, are you not clocking that this shit is weird? And she was like, me and my daddy. And I'm like, oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm into like the kinkiness of it, and I'm into like, like the weirdness.
I don't like that shit. I'm even though I'm a grown woman, I still call my father daddy. Like I call my parents mommy and daddy. Like that's my rules. So it's weird to me to hear a bitch call her husband daddy, and I know she fucking him. Like, what are you talking about, mama?
Bro, and the fact that like everything has been pointing to her and this nigga. Like DL Hughley was like yo, let's have a conversation without your husband, just me and you. She said no, he has to be in the room. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You're married to your manager. Why? We see this with Wendy. Why?
Mm-hmm. And her son even was like, it's because he put something out on TikTok, and the two of them were responding in the video, right? But the husband was doing all the talking, and the son was like, do y'all see how it's kind of weird that I'm talking to my mother, yet somehow he is the mouthpiece, and he said, oh, he's the one doing the talking, he's the one doing the responding. I wasn't talking to you.
You're right. Yo,
like, what is this?
Like, get the fuck with my mom. Like, yo, we all seen the dynamic of like the stepdad coming in, or like the dad figure, like, oh, I got this, da, da, da. And the son being like, no, like, who are you? And then the fact that she responded like, no, he wasn't your father figure. He's always been Uncle Sid. Uncle.
And also talking about my mental health issues. What are you talking about, girl? Okay, so I'm depressed. Like, what about
I didn't know
she
had 3 kids.
Nobody knew she had 3 kids. I knew Monique had 2 twin boys. Up until that point, I didn't even know Monique had, and I watched the Parkers every day. I've been watching Parkers every day since 4th grade. Like, I did not know that about her.
And the fact that, like, I feel like there's so many layers to it, where it's like the whole, Wendy Kevin situation. Like, I'm sure that he was calling shots, and he was in your ear, and he was saying, yo, make this play, do this. This person's talking about you, do this. And your feelings are involved, and you're feeling like, okay, this is my man, he got me, this my man, and you're severing all these relationships, and you're burning these bridges. The whole time this person is a snake. And I don't know Monique and her man relationship, like, from the back of my hand. I'm not there in their room, but I'm just like, girl, like, I'm sure that this man has like uncovered parts of you and healed parts of you that you never discovered, and blah 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 blah. Cool. But I'm like, but you Monique, like, girl, fuck this nigga.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the same thing is obviously can be said about Wendy. Like, a lot of her relationships were severed because of Kevin. Like, Charlemagne said that, because Charlemagne, I remember listening to the radio, and Charlemagne was her, I guess, co-host. And he is where he is because of his apprenticeship with Wendy, right? Because of what he learned from her. But their relationship got severed because of Kevin. Even the demon that is Andy Cohen is good. He loved Wendy, but his relationship with her became frayed because of Kevin. There's a lot, and then like Wendy's team, right before she started like really started unraveling, they were really scared of Kevin. Like, Wendy was the one who like cushioned a lot of the blow, but then like as things started to progress with her mental health, he just kind of like at one point he broke a table in the middle of a meeting. Like, he was mad they were having a meeting without him, came in heated and broke a glass table in the meeting, and then like was trying to redirect the energy. And they're like, girl, you're not the talent though.
Tyler Perry, get the fuck out of here.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's a shame. I love Wendy. Like I wasn't like a diehard fan, but I love what Wendy represents, and like I don't know, it's just sad. It's just really sad.
It's heartbreaking. It's so, as people who have like who know someone with dementia and like you're seeing it, and I like am very close to them, like because I live close to them, so I see them quite often. It's hard watching someone deteriorate before your eyes, and the destruction it does to the family, like the unit, is hard. Like it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And then to watch them wither away, to watch their brain capacity go, their personality changes, like who they are really like is gone. I am though suspicious of this diagnosis because the family has said we actually have not had an official diagnosis. Because they said the same thing about Britney Spears 2 years ago, a few years ago actually. But then that man, her father, another man, put that bitch on the stage and made her dance like a monkey. So I'm very suspicious of this diagnosis, but I can tell that Wendy does need help, right? Alcohol, substances, addiction is a big problem for her. And they are keeping her, I believe, intentionally unwell to rob her, to take things from her, right? To like keep her in a vulnerable position where she can be used and abused and truly like exist in that Piscean realm of victimization. Like it's ugh. And then I think about her son all the time. Like imagine your mom is doing like terrible, like her health is in the gutter, and like you can't even go and rescue her. You can't take care of her. You can't
Yeah,
call her.
I would have pulled up. I don't care. I would have
Like
done something. Cause my
I
mama,
can't believe it.
bro, if my mama was like that, I would have pulled up and whooped all them niggas ass. Like you got my mama in the fucking camera with no wig on. I would have bopped them in their face.
Camera with no wig on, wig crooked, wig cheap from the dollar store, like
No, no. I
candy
mean,
yum lipstick, no lip liner. Like what?
but honestly, stuff like this is like something had to happen. Like the public had to see for someone. I know that there's gonna be like outcry, and even I was like no, but maybe this will like move forward with like an investigation into
Mm-hmm.
like the care of her or the
Mm-hmm.
investigation, because the way that nigga was moving was so careless. Like he like, yo, get the fuck up. I'm like, oh, like this nigga is just reckless. Like he'll move any type of way, no matter what the cameras are. That nigga didn't even try. Like she over here belligerent, and he like, like nigga, I'll smack the fuck out you. Like, and I'm just like, yo, like, yeah, like Wendy's gonna be good. Wendy is gonna get vindicated. Like, Wendy will be good because this shit is just too much. Like,
It's I pray for her. I hope she does come out on the other side. Like, and I was in the minority where I was like, no, this shit like this is fucking necessary because it makes you uncomfortable because it's wrong, right? Everyone is like, this is not right. Wendy wouldn't want this, but I'm also like, Wendy wouldn't want to be fucking abused either, right? Like, I understand she's a Scorpio moon. She got that Cancer sun. She's very private. She don't really want nobody in her business like
oh,
that. But I also know that if people could come together to come and fucking save her, she would be like that would be her highest point. She loves popularity. She loves people knowing about her in her own like controlled specific way, as a Scorpio moon does, a la Beyonce. But like Wendy wouldn't want to be she wouldn't want to be taken advantage of, right? And if this was anybody else, she would be talking about it on that purple couch. She would be on that purple chair with her mug and the halls inside with the lemon tea being like, and we talking about that shit. She would. She really would. And I'm glad people
hold of
seen it.
this.
What?
I'm like, when Gail gets a hold of this, she gonna have a field day.
Gil is one I'm not gonna say nothing about
What is Gail? Fine.
Oprah's bestie, but I know some things.
What the fuck is her name? Gail.
Gail, I don't know. I know Robin Roberts.
Wait,
Okay. I don't know Gail Withersby.
is her name King?
Oh, Gail King. Yeah.
Gail King. So I'm like, what's her name? She's a Capricorn. Wait. Wait, what? I never even looked at her before. Wait, let's look into her chart. So she's a Capricorn sun, Aquarius moon.
Boo.
Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Pisces, like me, Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Scorpio, Uranus in Cancer, Neptune in Libra, Pluto in Leo, North Node in Capricorn, Chiron in Capricorn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But her Capricorn Chiron is at 27 degrees, and her Sun is at 6, and her North Node is at 5. So, and her Mercury is at 8. So,
she really is a Capricorn stellium. She really is like a sea goat for real.
Let me see. Because she always be at damn work.
I mean, she's a newscaster. Like, the news is always on.
Let me see what she got. She has Venus trine Uranus. Little freaky gal.
A little, her and her bestie. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Wait, I'm trying to find some bad. She has Moon square Saturn. Yeah. Neptune square Chiron. Neptune square Neptune. Yeah, see that.
What is her? Are there any aspects to her south node or her north node? Well, her north node is obviously it's like it's not necessarily in conjunction with a lot of these other things, but they are like in the same sign as like, what is it? Her sun and her Mercury, right? And something else.
Yeah, that's Sun conjunct North Node, Mercury conjunct North Node.
So she's really like, she's fulfilling her purpose and doing what she does.
Yeah. But I see so many like Aquarius, Capricorn like link ups, like, and the fact that
her
she got
Oprah.
Moon.
What did you say?
The fact that she got Aquarius moon.
And Oprah's an Aquarius sun with a Sag moon.
I know they be scissoring. But like my thing about it is like I feel like Oprah would be like so like it would be cunt if she was like gay. So I'm like, what's the hold up? Like, why aren't you just saying that you're gay?
Oprah can't be gay.
Why?
Oprah can't be gay because Black people would not accept her. Like, you have to remember specifically the time that she came out and when she got big and like her whole like the timing matters. If it was something now, like it wouldn't really matter, right? Like Robin Roberts is a lesbian. Robin Roberts didn't come out publicly until a couple of years ago. Queen Latifah is a lesbian. Queen Latifah has never come out really, not officially. She's like in a glass closet. Like, right. The girls that know, they know, and if you don't know, then you don't have a head. Like, it just is what it is.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay, so Gail is a Venus in Scorpio at 23 degrees. Oprah is a Scorpio Mars at 23 degrees. They be simmering down. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh my god. They be scissoring down.
Yeah, they knock pocketbooks, and you know what? We know that because there was mad rumors where Oprah was like, "She's the best. She's the sister I never had." I'm like, sister? Okay. Oh that's god. What we call them now? Okay.
Well, I mean, they're very similar because they both have North Node in Capricorn and Chiron in Capricorn. So,
well, I mean, they're born around the same time. They would be similar.
I mean, yeah, maybe a glass. Let me see. Yeah, Saturn Scorpio generation show.
And like Stedman is like Oprah's something, but they've never been married. You don't really ever hear about him. He's just her beard. Like he just get paid to be a beard. And you know what? I love that for him. Like, get your money.
Right. Let me see his birth chart. Stedman Graham. I never knew he had a last name.
Bro, I thought Stedman was the first name. What kind of name is Stedman?
Let me see. He's like, whoa.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I want to see. Hold on. I'm going to look it up too.
This nigga. Oh my god, wait, let me put my charger on. This nigga is a Pisces stellium. What?
We never see him.
Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Mercury, Pisces Jupiter, Pisces North. Oh my gosh. Wait.
Sun conjunct the North Node, conjunct Jupiter.
But that squares her Sag Moon and her Sag rising.
Mm-hmm. And he has a Chiron. Where's his Chiron? Is it? Oh, it's in Capricorn, 1 degree. Graham and Winfrey were engaged to be married in November 1992, Scorpio season, but later decided they would rather have a spiritual union. Girl.
Oh my god, he with it. He like, girl, I'm a Pisces. I'm just here, like, whatever.
Because there's no way you're telling me that I mean, maybe an Aquarius and a Pisces are gonna last us long, but Aquarius is weird and Pisces doesn't really exist. So I don't really know, but we'll see.
What else does he have?
And he's a Scorpio rising.
That's so cute. He has a cute little baby girl chart. He has MC and Leo. He was like, girl, I'm gonna be seen, but I'm not gonna be seen. He has a Mars and Venus and Aries. No, baby girl.
I'm not gonna give him that. I don't call grown men baby girls. I do not understand that culture. I don't understand the phase that we're in as a society.
Like, this chart is like redacted. Like, he had mad, like, he was an Aries, but he had mad like Pisces energy. And I'm just like, I'm not playing with you. I'm like, I'm not about to get into this game of water sign niggas. Like, no.
But that's your favorite game.
No, it's not.
That's a game
no, it's
you
not.
really love.
My favorite game is the redacted game.
Oh yeah, I know that one. It's very familiar.
Oh my god. What are the other topics? I'm gonna.
Well, Queen, how was post, like, excluding Wendy, because we can't, like, I don't want to harp on it, but like, how was the Virgo full moon for you? Because it just happened, and the Pisces new moon is coming up soon, and then we're also having like a Pisces Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Cazimi. So like, how are you feeling in this phase? Because spring is about to get sprung. We in that last phase of winter.
We did it, Joe. I don't know. It's like such a weird time. Like, I feel like with transitions, sometimes things happen and you're just put in a position to deal with it or let it break you. So I'm just kind of like, okay, so basically the full moon in Virgo's in my 5th house, right? I feel like I was like having a bunch of things come up to the surface for me to release them, and it's still being released in the fact that redacted is a Virgo. And I'm
why
like,
are you saying redacted? There's only one name.
Oh. Because I don't want to like give any hints, you know. I gotta switch it up. But I'm just like, I don't know, like, I'm in like this, I was just telling my friend, I'm like, I'm in this stage where, yes, I know I fucked up and I have my relationship, and Redacted told me, don't reach out to me, I'll reach out to you when I'm ready, and I'm not ready to have that conversation yet. So I'm like, okay. But now I'm having to just be like have these feelings of like, am I wasting my time? Like, what am I waiting for? What am I holding on to? And I want to, like I said in the beginning, I want to cultivate a better relationship with myself, my subconscious mind, and, you know, talk nice to myself. With this dynamic, it's like, okay, I'm letting go with the Virgo full moon of like certain expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being okay with trying to be okay with the unknown, which is like that Pisces energy, like that God source, that
Mm-hmm.
intuition. Sometimes you don't necessarily see it, but you believe it. I don't really know what to believe with this connection. Like, we haven't talked in like a week, which is like, oh my God, a week. But like, baby, I'm someone where like, if the energy is inconsistent, I'm showing up inconsistent, you know? So it's like, okay, I don't want to put all my energy into this like delusion of like Pisces, like, oh, well, we won't be together in this. And it's like, I'm just going to just back off and be very like fluid about everything. So I'm just very fluid right now. Like, I'm trying to pursue my creative endeavors, and I know that they'll pop off, and with my TikTok and this is that and blah blah blah, blah, other opportunities that will come, and they're here. But with that, I'm just trying to just be like, well,
Yeah.
we're here. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be like super sad about everything, but I also don't want to be super like positive. I want it to be just neutral. Um, and working with those energies. I know that the Cazimi is happening in my 11th house.
Mm-hmm.
I write groups and people, and I watched a video from Marin, and she was like talking about like, oh, meeting new people, meeting like-minded people. I'm like, whatever, sure, like maybe, like that'd be cool. Like, I'm not like hoping like, oh my god, I need my friends, I need this. And I'm just like, baby, I'm just vibing right now. Like, I'm just here.
So you're like, in true Virgo nature, you're letting go of like the anxiety and the overthinking and like the need for control. And
Yeah.
it can be freeing, but then there's also like that Pisces feeling of like being lost and just kind of like wandering and just kind of like being in a weird space. Like, where am I really right now?
Yeah, because it's weird. Like, Redacted was like, I want to still have those romantic feelings and I want to do this with you. I want to make sure, la, la, la. And I was telling my friend, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Like, they said that they're not ready to talk about that, but it's also like my feelings are valid of like, I don't want to just be like waiting around like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope that this happens and this is not like I'm not looking for anybody else. I care only about myself right now. And like, I care about this person, but I can't just be like flooding my mind with this situation all the time because it's like blocking other stuff and it's like hindering me. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, literally don't know. And it's like getting into that Pisces energy of just like surrendering. And I've been like,
Yeah.
whatever, God.
Yeah.
Whatever, God. Like, whatever happens, like, I know I'll be good. Like, if we have a conversation, then that's it. And I'm not one of those girls where it's like, let me not say that like that. It's rude, but like, I'm not one of those people. Let me not say that. I don't necessarily need like closure to move forward, but sometimes it's like with this situation, it's like, what are we doing? Like, do I need to delete my pictures? Do I need to block you? Like, what do I need to do? Because this, like, in between is, like, kind of stupid and annoying. Let me not say stupid, but, like, kind of annoying because it's like, as
Frustrating.
humans, we want, like, we want definition of, like, where we can place things and we want to be clear. So I'm like,
And
don't
it
know.
sucks. Unfortunately, closure is not like it's it's never what you want. It's never like people be like, I want closure, and then you get that shit, and you be like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this shit? Like, it don't change nothing about how you feel. It really don't.
Closure is so overrated,
It's such a
especially
scam.
especially if like the situation like, let's talk, what the fuck are we gonna talk about unless we're moving forward and we're both intentionally working on the relationship, what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Well, you said this, I said this. What are we talking about? Are we getting together? Yes or no? We're not getting together. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go my separate way. Bye.
Honestly, just like sometimes it just has to be like that.
Yeah, and it sucks because like obviously I love this person and like I fuck with them heavy. Like this my bitch. Like the fuck? Like and it's like, bitch. So it's like, and even the situation itself is just so like layered and complex. Where if you tell other people, it's like, what? Or if you tell some people, it's like, huh? But I don't know. And I'm not about to be like calling them and texting them and, oh my god, what's going on? And this is that. Like I'm over that shit. I'm over it. And I'm sure that they're over it. I don't know. And I've been like into this whole like self-concept and oh my god, manifest your specific person and oh my god, if you believe that they'll come to you, they will. And if it doesn't matter, I'm like, that's just a lot of energy to put forward. And honestly, right now, I just only have energy for myself and for my betterment.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a conversation, cool. If we don't, I don't know what to say.
Damn. That's very sobering. That's very full moon. It's just like it's a very sobering place to be.
I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, like you know that meme of Meg? You know what I mean? She's like I don't know what else to do. Like,
I
what are
mean,
we gonna talk about if you're not ready? And I'm sitting here. What are we doing? Like, there's no movement, and then I'm not saying there has to be movement with that, but I'm not like I don't know. Like,
it's out of your circle. It's something I've been talking about in therapy. It's out of your circle of influence. So like at this point, it's in God's hands, and you're just like, I'll guess I'll just live my life until something happens. I suppose. Like what the fuck? Like what I'm supposed to be doing besides this?
yeah, like, and I'm not like those. I don't even want to say that because that's rude, but
What you was about to
it's like
say? It's a safe space. Talk your shit.
no, because like I don't know, like I'm not in that mindset anymore of like trying to like overextend myself and push myself and beg for the situation. Like I'll beg, like, oh my god, I need you, my babe, blah, blah, blah. But well, certain shit is just like, you got it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it hurts to come to that realization, but what the fuck else is we doing? Like, we not, there's nothing, like no one's saying nothing. And like I get it because I haven't been in a situation like it's very like different and it's very like actually okay, hold on, look at my thing up. Let's pull a little card.
Ooh.
I have been really trying to get better with tarot because I've been reading this shit like, girl, what the fuck?
I
Okay.
love tarot, but the thing with it is that I think you have to leave the cards out for a few days to like to marinate on it, to like really to what's the word I'm thinking of? To meditate on it.
Because
Like
pulling some
it's
stuff.
been real good lately.
My legs.
Oh, actually, you're gonna pull. I want you to pull a few cards, and I'm gonna do a reading. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna just find. I found a really cool website whose interpretation of the cards are really good.
Who, Elliot?
No. What? Who?
Elliot Oracle?
No.
I just got the Hermit reversed. Oh Lord. I just got the Hermit.
Okay, well, that's actually relates to the sign of Virgo, which is very interesting. And it's also like going internal, but I'm just going to read a little bit of what they say about the Hermit, okay?
Okay, I'm not even just pulling cards. Whatever comes up is what pertains to a situation.
All right. Do you want to pull the cards first and then we do a little bit of the like interpretations?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept getting temperance earlier, and I'm like, I don't want to speak this over myself, but sometimes in the past I have had a little difficulty with patience, and trying to let things play out before I just move.
I can
And
tell. Yeah. Yeah. You on the move, girl.
excuse me.
Sorry. Again, but this is just like, okay, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, because it's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I got Jupiter and Aries, so I know it's in the 12th house, but it's my mind. Like, I'd be like, bitch, anyway, bye. I'd be quick to fucking move.
And I feel like with an Aquarius Mercury, you're quick to detach too.
Hell yeah. Which is like, it's kind of like a superpower, but also like, damn.
It's twofold.
Fuck. But it's cool. All right. Let me see some cards pertaining to my current situation. Lord, baby. Okay, so I have the...
Girl, I can't see that.
Is this 9 or is it 7?
How many lines are on the top?
Yeah, it's a 9 of Wands. So there's forward movement coming.
Mm-hmm.
Boots. So
you have the Hermit and you have the 9 of Wands. So you actually have to be patient.
Oh my God, this is not the Hermit. This is actually the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups. But this always tricks me up to be the Hermit card. Oops. The 5 of Wands reversed. So
it's the 5 of Wands reversed.
Yeah. And then we also have the 4 of Swords reversed.
So there's a lot of mental activity. Okay, so let's review them. Okay, so what was the first one? The 5 of Wands reversed.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so a need to collaborate in group fighting or argument, not following the rules, a tendency to avoid conflict to your detriment. Interesting. All right, hold on. Five of Wands. Oh, actually, let me read my little bookie book. What am I doing? Let me read my little spell book.
Hey y'all, we're at the 1 hour mark. Thank y'all so much for joining with us on this live stream. I hope y'all are really having fun with us.
You may feel wrong or misled to witness others experiencing this kind of conflict. You may feel you have not deserved this current circumstances brought about by the decision of others. Stay out of resentment as much as you can. It doesn't help moving things forward. Okay. Interesting. And then we also have what, the 9 of Wands?
Yeah.
Is that upright or reversed?
Upright.
Persistence, courage, resilience, a test of faith. Yup, resourcefulness. God is really, he's really like putting on the wigs a little bit, me and you. There's a lot of activity now. You are busy and under pressure, but capable of getting things done and keeping sane, clear, and sufficiently energized. Accept the current pace and go with the flow accelerate it and work hard, rather than snagging in stress and resistance. Discipline and order will pay off. So stay par for the course, right? And then what's the last one?
The 4 of Swords reversed.
Swords reversed. Burnout, illness, avoidance, disruption. This may be a brief time of illness or other interruption from the day-to-day life. You may feel isolated from others for circumstantial reasons. This card can indicate a problematic habit of setting aside problems in order to evade them. Don't allow yourself to stay down for too long. You'll need to get back up in the game and pick up where you left off eventually. So, how do you feel with said words?
Nothing.
Girl!
I,
What do you mean nothing?
I feel like I don't know. Everything is like so like I'll be absorbing information, but I'll be like, girl, any fucking way. Like I don't know, because I don't know. Like I don't know what this situation pertains to, or these cards pertain to. Um, I know that discipline. I have to be disciplined with, posting, being creative, and being consistent with that. Showing up for myself, being consistent with that. Um, being resilient in that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know.
Okay, so hold on. So wands is the suit of thought, right? So that's air energy. That's communication energy, right? Because you have to communicate your thoughts. And swords is a suit of action.
So
So
I don't
right
really.
now, you're really just in a moment of testing your faith and how it's affecting your mind and how that's affecting your energy as well. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at Elliot or Elliot Oracle,
Mm-hmm.
and like his interpretations of the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. There was this basic, so there's renovation in my building, and they had the grand opening of the 26th floor. Had some drinks and music. And remember the picture I sent you with the layout and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So I had some drinks. It was watered down, so it wasn't too crazy, but I was like, oh my god, it's mad cute. Like it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Embrace rest for mental clarity and inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you took a relaxing nap. Ugh. I don't even. That's why I hate pulling on cards sometimes because it's like,
Leave them out. Don't put them back. Like, leave these cards out. Look at the bottom of the deck as well. What's on the bottom of the deck?
well, I was like shifting it a little bit, but the bottom of the deck before I shifted it was, um, right now it's the magician. I was getting the magician a lot. I
Okay.
behind that I have the strength card. Wait, no. Behind that I have three of wands, ace of cups, strength card.
Mm-mm. You need the bottom of the card, the last card on the bottom. Like when you hold it up from the bottom, what is it?
The magician.
So the usually the way I have learned it is at the bottom of the deck. That card is you in this current your current situation or circumstance, right? So that's you, and those cards that you pull are either affirming it or giving you some clarity on that. So leave them out. Keep that like magician card flipped up and just look at it over the next couple of days because that's how you'll get the clarity because you have to like be looking at it to really understand it. You have to read the interpretations. You have to meditate on it. Don't put the cards away. Just like leave them out so they can keep speaking to you. And eventually the message will get clear, but it takes a minute. Like when you're first starting out. It can be hard to kind of put the message together because it's kind of abstract.
Yeah.
But leave the cards out and you will get the answer. It will come to you. Whether or not it's something you really want to internalize, that's a whole nother thing. But like, you will get the answer you're looking for.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I've been in this position before for like moving forward and like letting go of someone. But like, I don't necessarily want to let go of this person, but I feel like the circumstances are like, oh, okay, I need to, because it's like there's no confirmation in my external reality for me to validate that, to be like, oh, okay, um, let me do this or do that or whatever. So I'm like it's so easy to be like, fuck that nigga, bye. But now I'm like,
I think this is the test, to be honest, though. Like, because you're not in control of the situation. Like, this is not in your hands. So you're just like, well, what am I supposed to do besides just let it fucking dip? But that's not what's going on right now. You've put it out there. They said they would reach back, and you just have to wait until that happens. That's the test of faith, right? It's fucking with your head. It's like, okay, like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? You don't know. But you
right,
have to, if you want to maintain this relationship, you have to leave that door open. If you want to close it and you feel like this is the right move for you to close it, then you close it. But if you want to keep this door open and hope for the best, then you have to like exist in an optimistic space, which we talked about is not fucking easy. That shit is hard. It's not easy, but this is one of those times when you're like, damn, you're like, oh shit, I'm not in control. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
interesting.
This is like, and also this is like Virgo full moon as well. The overthinking, the analyzing of it, the going through the, because you can't. There's nothing for you to overanalyze anymore. Like, what else are you gonna keep thinking about?
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm someone where like, let me not say that, but like in my past, I had been someone where like in like the thing with redacted, with J Racked. Remember, I like, I,
I'm
I
like,
like,
okay.
I like, I was like, I don't want to deal with this no more. And I like blocked him. I never talked to him again. So I guess I'm having to like be forced to be like reckoned with a situation where I can't tangibly grab at and like
Mm-hmm.
control, like you said. So I'm just like,
This is one of those moments where you're just like, this is one of those moments when you're like, oh, I'm not the driver of this boat. I'm actually in the passenger side, just kind of existing with it. And
yeah,
it fucking sucks because you don't know where you're going and you don't know when you're stopped and you don't know when to get out of it. You just have to exist with it, which is Piscean in nature. Like, this is that full moon for you, girl. Like, gagging you a little
yeah.
bit.
It's like even like things that you want to happen, or even like believing in God, like having that faith in God. Like people like, oh well, I don't believe it because I don't see it, but it's having that faith in the unseen, the unknown. And with I feel like with this relationship, I'm like, remember that video of that girl and she like banged her head on the counter and she was like, that's how I feel. I'm like, like I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't know. Like I remember I told this one girl, I was like, yeah, I'm single, whatever. She was like, are you talking to other people? I was like, I will throw up on you. Like, don't say. But don't know, don't know. And yeah, I guess I'm just in this period of I don't know. I don't want to necessarily like wait for them, but I also was just like, I
You're
don't
giving
know.
it to God. You have to give it to God. Like, give this burden to God. Literally be like, this is not, I'm not in this bag no more. You can have it. Like, give it to God.
Which is so weird because when I was like in a state of like literal surrender, I was in this mental state of like, we're never gonna talk again. I'm like, I was like, you got it, God, like whatever. Then they text me. So I'm like, I don't know what that mean, like what that mean. But I'm like, I don't want to have to be like, oh God, you got it. And I'm like,
I mean, it's fair to be concerned because it's something that was important to you, but like this is not in your control. And until you accept that, it's until you fully lean into the fact that it's not in your control, and this is actually God's situation to handle. And it's okay to like, keep an eye out for it, but remembering that it's really not within you to do anything to manipulate. There's no bargaining that can happen. There's no compromising that can happen. There's no talking that can happen to it. Like, this is actually just out in the void somewhere. And if it's meant for you, it will come back for you. And if you want it deep enough, sometimes I believe that like you can call it back in, but you might not get what you want out of it per se. Because with time, you'll be able to have some more clarity and be like, okay, what was really going on? Why did this happen? If they come back, can we change? Do we do this again? What's really going on in this moment? Like, it's hard. It's very hard. I have leaned into it and I've gotten some blessings out of it, but that waiting period, you'd be like, this is my 13th fucking reason, bitch. Take
bro,
this shit off.
bro. And I'm like in this understanding, like when you ask God for stuff, it's never, let me not say it's never, but sometimes it's just on God's time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really truly believe that you're worthy of something, you have to believe that you'll have it no matter how long it takes or
Mm-hmm.
the process you go. And I was like under the assumption, I'm like, okay, I'm doing shit with my creative endeavors. I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Boom, boom, boom. Let me reap the rewards. And it's like, here's little things here and there, but it's not gonna be like the major thing that you're looking for, like that ultimate fulfillment or like that feeling that you're looking for. So I've been trying to like meditate on the feeling of what I'll feel like when I have what I've been looking for. Like, oh, let me resonate on $100,000. Let me resonate on like $1,000,000. Let me resonate on full happiness. Let me resonate on full peace of being like, bitch, I'm happy just being who I am. And then I had a conversation with this attorney today, and she was like, I feel like you're more resilient when you don't have, when you
Yeah.
don't. And I was like,
That's actually how Serena Williams became who she was, because her father moved them from wherever they was in California to Compton to like essentially give them grit. And when you are really hustling hard, when you have that grit in you, like you go very far. When you are accustomed to like cushiness and to softness, like no shade, you be soft. Like
yeah,
you have to kind of develop some calluses a little bit in order to really survive.
yeah. I feel like I had to go through that process because, like, my parents, like, like they protected me, but I feel like they didn't. They shielded me from a lot, so I had to really like fall hard to be like, oh shit, like this is how shit really go. Like that's crazy. Like, OMG. I remember I had to work for my money. I'm like, I don't just have money. Like that's crazy. Like, oh okay. But then people have different expectations and they have different realities. And I was talking to this dude and I was like, so like what's the most money that, or like what's the cap that you want to make for money wise? And he was like, I want to make $100,000. And I was like, I want to make millions. But I'm like setting myself like to that high standard. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, my parents never made this and I want to make that. And I'm like, you can make that tomorrow. Just because like things happen, like you can make that. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, but you, like, we have these like ideations of like what we want and this and that to get us to like that ultimate like goal and like feeling. But sometimes that feeling never comes when we get that thing.
Yeah.
So
And
it's like,
like money's a tricky thing though, because money's one of those things where the more you have of it, the more you need. And the more like when they say like more money, more problems, they really fucking mean that shit. Like you really it no, it is. And then like once you have money and you fall in love with it, it puts you in a compromised position. Like Money is a very, very interesting type of energy that you have to be very careful with. Like I
Mhm.
would be if I can make honestly and truthfully, if I can make like $160,000 a year, I feel like I'd be fine. What the fuck do I need more money for? Like, what am I gonna do with the rest of it? It's not coming with me when I die.
Yeah.
It's gonna get taxed out anyways. Like, how much money do you really need? Shout out to the millionaires, love y'all. Give me some, but like, real talk, like, money's a tricky thing to try and have. And I'm like, my Saturn is in my second house, so my perception of money and how much money I need and like what I equate my value to in like a monetary gain way is something that I really had to really examine over and over and over again constantly within the past year, but like my whole life, but really within this period, I think it's being definitely highlighted. Like, because I work hard and I know I'm worthy of financial gain, but like working hard and not receiving it and being like, is this even fucking worth it? Like, is the energy I'm putting into this worth it? If I don't get what I think I deserve right now, do I keep going? Like, it's hard to really to be a person and to get money when money's not even fucking real, but I gotta work for that shit. And I need that shit to buy sunglasses and jewelry and like and herbs. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Um.
okay.
Yeah. It is definitely. It is. It definitely is something. I've been trying to like fix my mindset around money, and in the hopes that things will move. And it's like it's a process. It's definitely a process, like having to navigate making more money and being in that receiving energy. Um especially nowadays, like things are so expensive, and you know, it's just it's just things. It's just things.
You okay, girl? You look a little weathered. You all right?
Oh my god, no! Because I was thinking, because like I had to like wash my hair because I don't know what to do for tomorrow because I have a hair appointment, but I have to go to work. So I'm like, should I wash my hair and then blow dry my hair and go to work? I don't know.
I don't know, girl. This is all my natural hair, so I don't really have that problem. So
Yeah, this all me.
yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know, because I'm like, I don't want to like, because I'm like, I'm thinking about the time it takes to do my hair. I'm like, and I was talking to that guy. He was like, I was like, yeah, I gotta get my hair done tomorrow. He was like, again? I'm like, again? Like, what do you mean? He was like, you just got your hair done last time I saw you. I was like, yeah, that was like a month ago. And he was like, yeah, like, how much you spend? I'm like, 100. Hello? I'm like, yeah, I spent like 100, 200, da, 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 da. He was like, that's so much. And I'm like, that's the same amount of money you spend on a haircut. And he was like, I guess. And I'm like,
And you don't even look fly. Like, you don't even get to diversify your look. Like, being a black girl in like a corporate space is very it's a lot when you're not around other black people. Like when I was around other black people, I didn't think twice about what my hair looked like because they know what's tea. Me with the at work, oh my god. Oh my god. The comments on my hair, I'm like because I'm planning on, restructuring this, to a different style soon. I'm gonna have to go and be like, if someone says a word, I'm going to HR, I'm going to Kamala, I'm going to Joe Biden. I might even just have to fucking call Hunter Biden to whip you bitches into shape. You need to stop. I don't want to hear this shit anymore. Someone called me Foxy Cleopatra, and I was like, and I knew it came from a good place, like a genuinely like friendly place. But I'm like, you could have just said, looks nice, and kept
oh
it
my
pushing.
God. You know what this
Or you
person.
could say nothing.
So there is this attorney, and she's like, she was a partner, and she passed away, unfortunately. I think she had cancer. And she was there before I got there. And he was like, did you meet her? And I'm like, no. He was like, oh, well, if y'all met her, if y'all, like, he was like, y'all wouldn't have been working there if she was there. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you trying to insinuate that she's racist? He was like, yeah. I'm like, why would she say? And he said that this is a Spanish dude. He was like, when I first met her, the first thing that she said to me was, I went to shake her hand, and she said, "Did you just come from the border?"
That's the first thing you said to somebody when you meet them?
And, and I was like, no, she didn't. Mind you, I'm like 3 drinks in. They're watered down. So I'm like, I'm like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. I'm like, he's like, yeah, she was very like, she just said how she's like, she just spoke how she felt. Like anything that came to her mind, she would just say it. And he was like, she just was like that. And I was like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, like she said that. And I was like, oh my God, like, what did you do? And he was like, he was with the other like tech person, and he was just like, we'll just tell like the head, whatever, and we'll just leave it alone. And I'm like, okay. Because like I really want to do blonde. I really want to do like blonde or like, honey blonde, and for like the editorial look, for like the alternative look. And I'm just like scared. Not that I'm scared because I don't give a fuck, because it's just like, girl, it's my creative expression. But
Like the attention it puts on you and the emphasis it puts on you when you're just trying to exist, it's like, so you think I'm a monkey? So you think I'm a clown? You think I'm here for your fucking amusement? Like, I get it.
but it's like, it's also like, girl, who's gonna serve the look, because they're not serving the looks.
If not you, then whom? Like Beyonce not coming in with her sacred bottles, like shaking it in the law office. Like if not you, then who? Like the girls
Who
can't take me because they wanna be me. So
who's gonna serve the looks? If they're not doing it, who's gonna do it? It has to be the black girl. She
like
has to be the cunt of the office.
like with great cunty pussy comes great responsibility. The girls have to come in and they have to show up and show out, and they have to like just like be the like. Sometimes that's a sacrifice you make for being a beautiful woman. And like for real, like if we
It's
were
like your
actually
whole
talking about this,
contract.
remember when we were talking about like being perceived, especially by men, when you're like not really interested in them, and you're just like, oh my god, I want to take my face off. Like, stop looking at me. It's just like, and then you come in and you look fly and you like, damn, I look good. And you like, damn, that nigga's gonna be so sick. Like, oh my god, the girls really can't take me.
That's what it be like, for real. Like, that's what it be. The girls just can't take you, and they have to say something to like comment on it, because no one's commenting on you, shade. Like, no shade. No one's
No
commenting.
shade. Like, no one is. I noticed your little bob is flipped up. It was tight. It was flipped up. It was, and no one was saying nothing about it. But you know who was getting clocked?
That's how I have to look at it, because no shade, I have to like really be like nice, nasty back, because there's no other way. Like, yeah, I look good.
And like you can, it's weird because you be like, oh, like I think we are intelligent enough to know when someone is saying something as like a genuine compliment versus just like acknowledging something because it makes them so uncomfortable, but they don't really know how to navigate it, so they're pretending to be nice. Like again, Foxy Cleopatra, you ain't have to do all that. You would have just been like, nice look. Or you could have said nothing and just been like, oh, she looks nice, and thought it to yourself.
Oh my God, I was thinking about something that happened to me this morning, and I was like replaying it in my mind, and I saw something on TikTok that was like, God is so good that he won't let you remember certain traumas. And basically, right, because I was raised around like a lot of white people, whatever. And I was like, bitch, I want to be white when I was younger. So I had like a sewing at a young age. And I remember my like one of my first sewings, it was like a sewing with like, those like silk, I mean no silk, like those circle closures. So I had a
Taking
close,
it back.
and I had a bang. So I had like this crazy, but I had this crazy bang. It was like this far away from my face.
I have a picture of it on my phone.
No, you
I
don't.
I do.
You don't. Like,
not it specifically, but like if you at that point in your life on my phone, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I just like know what you're talking about because I seen it earlier today.
send it. But
Okay.
I popped out of school. I was at recess like, yo, what's Steve? Why did these niggas tug on my sewing? And I was trying to like recollect every little moment because I'm like, wait, who was there? No, that didn't happen. Like, da 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 da. No, it happened. And no shade, my homegirls were there and they didn't do nothing. And that just like set like a weird precedent around me and hair and like how I show up and like the anxiety that I have with hair. Not now. I mean, I'm just trying to get over it now. But the anxiety of showing up with like a new hairstyle or trying to try out new things, new colors, new looks, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And having that like visceral reaction when you're not in like a black space. Oh my God. Hold on. Yeah, and you're not in a black space. And even when you are in a black space, you still get criticized if it's not like the most laid or the most high quality. Even like with the lady AD on Love is Blind, everyone keeps talking about her leave out and like, oh my gosh, she has flyaways, her leave out not blended. And it's like, first of all, these bitches are on the island. She's gonna sweat out her leave out. It's not gonna be the most tea, like whatever, doesn't matter.
And like it doesn't even fucking matter. Like it, and in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Like why
Exactly.
you care?
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm upset my hair is not done. But I'd be trying to be like, bitch, my hair is my hair, my face is my face. Like, even today, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't want to go to this like grand opening because I don't have my makeup on, I got my hair done. And it's like, bitch, I'm T because I just am T. They look so good here. That's so sad. Yum. Whoa, they look good.
What? What are you talking?
Hold
What are you
on.
talking about?
This picture redacted?
A recent redacted?
Yeah, look. Aww. I
What am
can't
I?
show it. Like, that's
Girl, can you take a
them.
picture and send it to me?
No, because you can look at them. They look too fine.
Girl, I think we got different types, so it's fine.
Okay, I'll send it. No, poor poo 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 poo. But. I'm like, redacted. Stop fucking playing with me, bitch.
No, girl, you give it to God. Remember?
I know.
A true test of faith. Remember, like,
Remember
start
who you are.
Simba. Like, you don't go listen to the gift and just lean
I
into that.
was. I was listening to Burna Boy. I was like, I love the album. The bitches was so annoying on my tweet. Like, shut up. I don't like y'all.
I love that album. I think it's so good. I think it's so creative, and it just shows the bitches who have taste and the people who are true, genuine Beyonce fans. Because I have a friend and she like the way she talk about and like I'm Beyonce down. Like I love my girl, but like the way that she talks to her, I'm like, did she fuck your man? Like, what did she do? Because it'd be so personal. I'd be like, and a lot of it, she's like, oh, I think she's just trying to keep up with the young girls. I'm like, well, yeah, she's a pop star. You want to like pop in pop music stands for popular. So you want to like keep in the zeitgeist. But also, and she's like, well, she could just be making this one type of music and be played at weddings. And I'm like, is that what she wants though? Like, do you think if you were like if
Like,
you
girl,
were
are
a
we talking about Pink
hairstylist,
or Beyonce?
what?
Like, are we talking about Pink or Beyonce? Like, stop.
Because I guess because their favorite album is Four, and Four is like a true kind of like pop R&B album, and it's a beautiful album. It's really really good, but I don't think it's like really where Beyonce is like. It's not her magnum opus. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely feel like that was Lemonade, where
Mm.
she was exploring so many different avenues, and it was so complex. She's like, well, she's trying to keep up with the girls, and and I don't like this new sound. And I'm like, well, the whole point of being an artist is to try new mediums and like be creative and expressive. And if that really don't resonate with you, that's fine. But like, just call a spade, queen. Like, just say you just like lack the range. No shade. Just say you lack the range, and that's fine. It's okay.
Right. Just say you don't like her.
Just say you hate her because she fucked your man. Like,
Probably did, because so many people were like, I like leaving the Beyonce concert. Like, I had the craziest Beyonce dream where Beyonce was like, "Hello," and then she like left. I'm like, Beyonce, stop, stop doing, put that voodoo down, and sit down.
I've never had dreams about her.
I never have either, actually, but I love
Um,
her.
I love her. I'm such a fan of her. I am so proud of like the art that she's putting out now and how diverse it is. I just love when a Virgo really is a Virgo. Like I think Virgos are really amazing producers and they never get the credit for it.
They
They are
are
so good at because they're so analytical and so detailed. Like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, my favorite aliens,
adapted.
Redacted was actually really good at producing things. Like really good at like bringing things into fruition. Daft Punk, both Virgo moons. Both one is a Capricorn, one's an Aquarius, which is very Saturnian that they're like robots, but they both have Virgo moons. Like art. I just fucking love those two robots so bad. But
Oh my god, I just found this card. It's so sad. It says, "Hey baby, here's your blank redacted shirt to rep. I love you. Thank you for loving me no matter how I feel. You are the best, most loving person I have ever met. May God bless you forever."
if you don't fucking lean into the message that is that card, bitch, like gagged you.
What?
Gagged you.
What's the message? May God bless you forever?
That they love you and they care about you too, right? Like you're not existing with someone who is heartless and careless. They care about you, but they got to process things on their own time, and you just have to be patient. T. Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow. Wow. So she's disrespecting a messenger of God. Interesting.
I mean,
Interesting.
it's just like, yes, I believe that. I'm just a girl.
I know, girl, but you are a girl and you're a kind and compassionate person and you will receive the best. And in this moment, you have to wait for it to come to you. And it is hard. But this is when you really lean into your faith that God loves you. The universe truly loves you and is only working in your best interest all the time.
Yeah, I believe it. It's just, I believe it.
Amen.
Amen. Well, girlie, we're 1 hour 37 minutes in.
I just want to bring up a few things. We're about to enter retrograde season and eclipse season. So, yeah, so we're having a Libra lunar eclipse coming up in March, and then we're gonna enter Mercury pre-shadow in about 2.5, 3 weeks. And I think it's going to be, if I'm correct, I think this year it's going to be in the fire signs. So
God,
I might have to do some more research. I can't really remember if I'm telling you the truth all the way, but some karmic changes are coming up, right? Because we have the Cazimi. Is it Cazimi today?
It's tomorrow.
So we have the Cazimi, and then in a couple weeks we have the retrograde season starting, and then a couple weeks after that we're back into eclipse season. So we're definitely heading towards a shift.
Yeah, for sure.
So get your helmet and your knee pads because you're gonna need them.
I'll really bop every person that ain't redacted. No shade.
Like boop 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 boop.
Boop, 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 boop. In real life. But in a way that is conducive to my growth and is not a hindrance to the way that I show up and how I perform in my job.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, other than that, like, oh my gosh, I did crazy legs at the gym. Now my legs are in pain. Ugh. But
Not the bonnet. Monique is about to fight you. Oh my god.
man, I love Monique, but I would read her. It's just like, why are you with the nigga named Sydney? I'm playing, but she can talk about my bonnet. I'm not outside. I'm not in the airport. Oh, let me send you the picture. Ebony nerd.
Oh!
Why do you have this saved? You're mean.
I couldn't believe you said that. And with the banana too, I was like, okay. I won't post it, but
You didn't like it?
no, I was looking for the picture and that thing came up and I was like, yeah, this is who she is.
Whatever.
Ugh.
I don't even
And
remember.
there's so many things going on, like the the hair, the glasses, the banana, the fact that it's a corporate setting and you're just like,
Bro, because like their job was so unserious. And the fact that they were like, by the way, we don't need you. I was like, okay.
like, oh, all right, I guess I'll. After you came and you clocked in, they were like, actually, can you take your shit and fucking get the fuck out of here? And you're like, oh, well, yes.
That's literally how I went. Like, this stupid HR bitch. Like, can we talk in the conference room? I'm like, yeah. She's like, actually, this is your last day. I was like, well, yes.
Like, what are you like? Why you ain't talked to me about this before, girl? Why'd you make me clock in for this?
Like, over here, mind you, she was a Scorpio. Like, she was so weird. Like, I would see her in the hall and I'd be like, oh, hi, hey. And she'd be like,
you're like, okay.
and I was like, am I not corporate to wave at somebody? Like, what am I doing? And she's like, yeah, we just like went with internal. Even with an internal candidate, we could be better. And I'm like, okay. Like, bitch, I'm here for a check. I don't fuck with y'all.
Like, okay, girl. Like, bye, I guess. Let me just fucking take my monkey ass out of here, I guess. Like, I'll
Yeah,
just
whatever. I don't care. Like, yeah, I know y'all fucking with the real one. But
better things were on the horizon, so
yeah, better things for better niggas.
I
But
hate this picture.
what?
I'm gonna put this on a card. No, the one I sent of you. I'm gonna put it on a card or a magnet or something. Like sometimes just something like this is so just like so simple yet so mind shifting. It needs to be immortalized somehow.
Like a mug, or some like mittens or something.
On like a heat mug or something.
Maybe we need some more Alexis memes. Zara and Alexis memes. Well, girly, I think we gotta wrap up.
Yeah, girl. I actually have work tomorrow, so I can't stay up all day talking to you. Like I have a life. Like this is crazy. So I'm gonna put some rollers in my hair and go to bed and do my my skincare routine. Put my bonnet on. This was fun. Like we love this. What's the moon in again?
Is it in Libra?
I feel like it's a Libra. This is a very Libran thing of us to be doing right now.
Is it Libra or Pisces? That's where it's Pisces right now.
No, it's literally how would it be in Pisces? We just had a Virgo full moon. What? It's in Libra.
Sure.
And I just want to see how close it is to the South Node.
In my
15.
6 times of work.
It's conjunct the South Node right now. Funny things happen every day.
Bro, I need the energy to move because I don't like being and like I know we're like about to be like in the spring equinox, but I'm just like I don't want to be here anymore. So let's move it along.
Like as a person or like this time frame?
This time frame.
You ready for a quantum leap?
Yeah, I'm kind of like in the midst of that, but I'm trying to like not let my beliefs waver. So yeah.
Well, we'll definitely discuss our next goals in our next freaking frack. So
Yeah, definitely. Tune in, follow my channel for more freaking frack. And until the next time, bye, y'all. Have a good one.